Hello and welcome to Rebloom, a podcast where we talk about facts and empower women. Today I'm joined by Charlotte again from episode 1.
Hi, hello.
Hello. If people haven't listened to episode 1, do you want to do a quick introduction again?
Yes, so first off, I implore you to go and listen to episode 1. It is a bit heavier than today's topic, but I think it's worth it. And if you did listen to episode 1, hi, I'm back. I hope if you did listen, it helped in some way, shape, or form, or maybe just you enjoyed the episode. But to just a little recap, I'm Charlotte, I'm 26, I've known Tegan for quite a few years now.
Feels like forever, to be honest.
Yeah, it does, yeah. that's the curse of being my friend.
It's not a curse.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much the recap.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, like you said, we're going to be doing something a little bit different to what I usually do, a little bit more fun. So, Charlotte, have you seen the ridiculous titles that come out in the news?
Yeah, it's hard to miss them, really. There's so many, and you don't know if they're like real or fake.
Exactly. So we're going to be doing something where I'm going to read you out a headline from the news. You have to tell me whether it's actually real or if I've made it up for today.
Okay.
Alright?
Right.
So, the first one is: scientists warn your morning coffee might be destroying your immune system.
I'd like it to be fake because I do like a morning coffee, but I feel like that one could be real.
Okay, what you locking in?
I'm gonna say real. Reluctantly, I think it's real.
It is fake.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that one's fake. So it's not destroying your immune system because if anything it would affect your digestive system. So that's why people always say, like, when they have a coffee in the morning, they need a pill.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really have much to do with that. It can boost your immune system a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know much about that, so I'm not going to say much on that topic. Okay, next one. Teen mental health is strongly linked to diet, Swansea University study finds. It's okay, don't worry.
Sorry, God, that wasn't a start. That one, I believe I'm gonna lock in real for that one.
It's real. So they found that vitamin D supplements were found to decrease symptoms of depression in adolescents, which I found interesting for today.
Yeah.
Is that something we did in our first episode? But yeah, vitamin D.
Well, I wish I'd known that
Yeah.
before everything else.
I think it makes sense as well for people in England because we don't get much vitamin D.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have the deficiency in it. So I can see why they would be doing studies on that.
Yeah.
But obviously you have like more of your vitamin D rich foods as well. So that would be how it plays into diet. But yeah. What made you think that one was true?
I don't know. I think I just thought it made more sense than not, if that makes any sense in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because we always talk about diet in healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you have a condition, they look at your diet.
Yeah.
So I get that it might sound more true.
Yeah.
Which obviously I know is true, but it would make you believe it more.
Yeah. If you just saw that headline in the newspaper, you'd believe that one to be true instead of
Okay. Which one should I do next?
an easy one, please.
Okay. Keto diet may be the next cure for PCOS.
I feel like there's headlines everywhere that say this is the new cure for PCOS or this can help, this can reduce, and I feel, and I'm not shaming doctors and medical professionals, but there needs to be more of a study on PCOS and endometriosis and women's reproductive health in general. So for keto diet helping or curing, was it? Curing PCOS. I don't think there is a cure.
Okay.
So is there a cure? I don't know. I'm gonna go with that one's fake.
Okay. So it is fake. So there's a couple reasons why this one is fake. So like you said, there isn't really a cure at the moment for PCOS. It's trying to balance your hormones, which is a really hard thing to do. So obviously, if there was something that could instantly cure that, then great. But so it can help with symptoms. So for example, it can help with improving insulin sensitivity, so lowering resistance. And some studies have found that it can reduce testosterone, which then helps with symptoms like acne and hair growth, but this isn't getting to the root cause of it. But then there is some things as well. So one hormone that plays into PCOS and its severity is cortisol, so the stress hormone. And if you cut out like carbs, this can be a physiological stressor. So this can cause the adrenal glands to actually produce more of that cortisol. And then that can then in turn increase insulin resistance, and that increases your hormone imbalance, and then it's sort of like a cycle.
Yeah.
So it's like improving in the short term, but in the long term, just making it worse.
Yeah. So it's like a quick fix, but it will never.
Yeah,
never
basically.
help fully.
Yeah. So I just say to like the audience that if you do see something that's like cure, be like skeptical.
Yeah, always question it.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, are you ready for another one? Northern Ireland brings in 2 weeks miscarriage leave.
I'd like that one to be true, and I don't think it is long enough. I don't think you can put a time scale on grief.
No.
But I don't know if they'd. So it's like a new law.
Yeah.
Right.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah, it might not be. No, I'm gonna go just for holding out hope. I'm gonna go for true.
It is true.
Northern Ireland. Northern Ireland.
Go you.
Make it longer.
I know, this is what I was going to say. I think that, like you said, you can't put a time frame on grief.
Absolutely not.
And, you know,
especially not such a.
Yeah.
It's a life that you've never even met yet. Like,
exactly.
And you've had to nurture that life for however many months.
Yeah.
So, no, I feel like that's not all long enough.
So, the news article says that both the person carrying the child and their partner can get statutory leave, so they get 90% of weekly pay.
Okay.
Which is, I think, is pretty good.
That is pretty good. With the amount of pay that they will get, but I do still feel like there is no time frame.
No.
But it is also good that it's both.
100%.
Like
yeah.
The person carrying and their partner.
And I think it's like, as well, you don't really get leave for like if a family member passes away.
No,
so
I
like
think you get like a day, 2 days.
Yeah, if they're generous enough.
Yeah, like I think it all depends on your employer. So
Yeah.
do check with employers if you are starting a new job or you are curious.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that it's unfair for there to not be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was talking about this in the menopause episode where we was mentioned about like women who give birth get 9 months off, but people who go through like the menopause, you don't get time off for that. You don't get time off to adjust. And then like if you're losing a loved one, you don't get time off to adjust, to grieve.
No,
I think it's
just kind of expect you to just
keep calm and carry on.
Yeah, like suck it up and be okay. And it's not that
It's,
easy at all.
it's a very British thing
Yeah.
in terms of like just sort of suck it up
Mm-hmm.
when it's not that easy,
Yeah.
obviously. So I just thought it was interesting and definitely a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
in an ideal world, I would say at least a month off if they need it, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And if they need more, then obviously they should be able to have that time off without any judgment or fear of losing their job or anything.
yeah. So the article also says that the Westminster government is planning to bring in a change for England, Scotland, and Wales next year, so 2027, to do the same. But I feel like it should already be a thing.
Yeah, it absolutely should already be a thing. It shouldn't be a, oh, well, they've done it, so we should do it. It should be a kind of like a first thought, not an afterthought.
100%, yeah. But it also says parents are also entitled to paid statutory maternity and paternity leave after a stillbirth at 24 weeks or later. And I feel like it should be sooner than 24. I get that that's the third trimester, but
It's a baby, whether it's day one or day
yeah,
however long 9 months is.
yeah,
Like month 1 or month 9, like it is still a baby, so
100%.
it needs to be the
Yeah,
the fetus needs to be treated as such
yeah,
instead of just a
100%.
fetus.
And I know we're getting a little bit off topic here, but for people who have an abortion or choose to have an abortion,
Yes.
do you think that they should be allowed 2 weeks leave as well?
Yes, absolutely. It is still them losing a child, whether it's through their own choice or not. It is still
Yeah,
such a traumatic process to go through. So
100%.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. I was curious.
Oh, I am like so pro. Like do like as long as it's for you, do what you think's best.
Pro-choice.
Yeah, I'm so pro choice.
Yeah, 100% me too. Okay, so we've done morning coffee, we've done mental health linked to diet, keto diet. Shocking University of Birmingham study reveals that skipping breakfast is more dangerous than studying.
Yes, I can imagine the University of Birmingham is quite shocking. No offense to the people that go. I hope that's not true because I am very guilty of quite often skipping breakfast.
More dangerous than studying, though.
Well, it depends what we're studying, I suppose.
Veterinary medicine. That is like the hardest degree.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's top 3.
No way. Well,
Because if you think about it, like human medicine, you have to know about the human body. Veterinary medicine, you need to know about rabbits, cats, dogs,
yeah.
snakes, hamsters,
Yeah.
guinea pigs.
Can't you just major in like a thing? Like, I want to be a horse doctor.
Not really.
Oh.
Vets can't really do that.
Sorry, what was the question?
Shocking University of Birmingham study reveals that skipping breakfast is more dangerous than studying. Is this true or false? Real or fake?
I don't think studying's dangerous, is it? Like, within reason.
Mentally dangerous.
Well, it's very mentally dangerous, yeah. I'm gonna go fake on that one.
Yeah, it's fake.
I just feel like skipping breakfast probably is more dangerous to your health than it is than studying would be.
I mean, I don't think studying's that dangerous because otherwise, why would we do it?
Yeah, well, we do a lot of things, don't we, as humans?
True.
That's all dangerous.
I think skipping breakfast can be not dangerous, but it's not recommended.
Yeah, it's not great.
I mean, I get the whole point of like, you've probably not eaten in like 8 hours, so you should eat something.
Yeah.
So I do get that. I did see recently that before you have tea or coffee in the morning, you're meant to drink a glass of water.
So, I don't. I'm probably going to sound a bit silly, but I don't get that because. No, I get that you're supposed to drink a glass of water.
What are you not getting?
But what size glass of water? Because you've got like little glasses and then you've got like big glasses.
A glass is usually classed as 250ml.
Oh, okay. Right.
Because you're meant to have 6 to 8 glasses a day. So 6 is 2 litre. No, 8's 2 litre. Oh my god. Wait.
This is
Yeah.
coming from a doctor in training.
Hey,
guys.
listen.
She's doing her degree.
Listen.
Her dissertation is very soon.
I'm typing for my dissertation, not doing maths. I'm not doing maths for a reason, okay? Clearly.
Hey.
No, so 6 to 8 glasses. Yeah, 8 glasses is 2 litre.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but only one in the morning before you have a cup of tea or coffee.
Why is that?
Help you digestive and like to help wake your body up.
Oh, okay.
So it like gets your body ready to start digesting food and drink better.
Oh, well, yeah, then everyone should probably get on with that and do it.
Yeah, I mean I've been trying, but
I didn't know to, but I will try. I just don't like the taste of water.
just
Unless
down
it's
it.
bottled.
Just down it.
Yeah.
To be fair, you are meant to gulp it down.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh.
They recommend it too.
Yeah, but why do they then tell you that if you're poorly or like you feel poorly to sip it?
Because your GI tract's upset. So if you... Well, it depends what you're poorly with.
I don't know. What, you feel sick?
If you feel sick and you down loads of water, you're just going to throw it straight back up. So if you sip it, your body will actually like take it in.
Oh, so in that instance, do not gulp water.
It will just throw it back up.
Every other time, it's okay.
That's why you're meant to like only eat like small amounts of food and slowly.
Yeah, like little and often.
Yeah.
I know that one. And plain food as well, isn't it? Like, don't go eating a tikka masala or anything like
Yeah,
that.
because you're just going to aggravate it. Then your body will be like, great,
Guys,
I'm trying.
need water here.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, so I made that one up, but I tried to catch you out by putting University of Birmingham study, because I feel like if you put that in the title,
Yeah.
if you put something reliable in the title, then people are more likely to read it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, I have one more for you.
Okay.
Alternative to HRT for menopausal hot flushes now on the NHS. True or false?
Ooh. Just remind us what HRT is again, please. It's
Hormonal replacement therapy.
Okay.
Not everyone can have it though.
I'm gonna say it's fake just because with like PCOS and endometriosis and periods, I feel like there's not been enough of a study or as deep as a study of the menopause. So I'm gonna go fake. I think it needs to be studied a lot more than what it already is.
Okay. It is true.
Oh.
But this just shows, don't it?
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to like identify and figure out from just one title whether something's true or false. I think the only thing that made me realise, well, I used a reliable source, but for me, looking at that, one, because it says the NHS, it means that you can do your research a bit more. You can actually have a look. But also, it says for menopausal hot flushes, because it didn't say cure or like the next HRT, it seems a bit more reliable of a news story. So, the drug is called Veoza. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong. And what it does is it blocks nerve pathways which cause hot flushes.
Okay.
So it doesn't help with like all symptoms. It doesn't help with like balancing hormones. It doesn't help with like that area. But for a lot of women, even like hot flushes can have such a big impact on like their mental health and their quality of life. Yeah. So people who aren't able to have HRT, it can actually make the world of difference for them, even just like helping with that one symptom.
So is it open to everybody or just people that can't have HRT?
I think it's only prescribed for people who can't have HRT, because HRT is meant to help with hot flushes as well. So they probably wouldn't need it.
Yeah, it's kind of like the sister to HRT.
Yeah,
almost.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same but different.
Yeah. For example, if you've had a hysterectomy, they would recommend like estrogen only HRT. So for certain people, they can't have. Sorry, I'm just laughing at myself. So sometimes they'll just give them estrogen.
Yeah.
Because HRT has progesterone in as well. Some of them, obviously. But yeah, so that is all my headlines. How do you try and figure out the difference between fake and real news?
Doing research, but like you've just pointed out, you put in the University of Birmingham in one of your fake headlines, and it could have been real with you putting that a university had studied, and found that out. So always do your research. Also, I feel like if it sounds too good to be true,
yes,
especially in the news, then it probably is.
Yeah.
So always take everything like with a pinch of salt. Like if you are reading the news.
Yeah. I think one thing I would say before I go on to the BBC's advice is try and one thing that I do is I read it. So like I won't just read the headline, because I think you can kind of tell when you actually read the article. And sometimes they trying to sell you a product.
Yeah.
So they might be sponsored, for example. And like, you've got this headline and you're like, oh wow, that sounds amazing. And then they're like, oh, you could buy this for just £25,000 a month.
Yeah. So it's like, this is a cure, but you have to buy this.
Yeah.
And it's not tested. We just think it is. Like, we just think it helps. I took it once. Like, type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's one thing I would say is trying to look if it's an ad or not, because they can be quite sneaky.
And also, like, do your own research. Don't go onto like Facebook or X or TikTok or anything like that and like type it in the search bar, because you are going to get a lot of people just talking waffle
for the views.
For the views,
100%.
Like, they are just making money off people not doing their research and just believing everything they say.
Exactly. And one thing as well. Oh yeah, look at who has put it. So for example, I don't know, let's say an article from the Sun, because they're not the most reliable, and they're very gossip newspaper.
Yeah.
So if I seen the Sun bring out an article saying there's a cure for, I don't know, they found a cure for cancer, I would be like, are you sure?
Yeah, like, shall we fact check this one before we print it?
And I think with science as well, because there are news headlines sometimes where they're like, oh, they found a cure for this. But sometimes it's in very early stage.
Yes, yeah.
Like animal studies have found that they're promising. It's like there was a study that, I don't know if you heard about it. It was early 2000s. They did a study on this drug, and they tried it in, I can't remember what primates it were, but they tried it in primates, and it was fine. And then they tried it in humans. They thought they had the right dose, and they didn't. And they ended up like losing hands and stuff because they had such a bad reaction to it. So it's like, just because it looks promising doesn't mean it's always going to work out.
Yeah, just because it works in one mammal doesn't mean it's going to work in the other.
Exactly. And also, like, there's only so much that they can do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and find that study now. So it was a TGN 1412 trial. So they tried, they had an antibody that was meant to treat leukemia,
Okay.
and basically they put it into these volunteers, and they had a inflammatory response. So like their body started fighting it, but as a result, they've ended up with like losing fingers, losing toes, like some really bad stuff happened. Like this man. I'll show you a photo. Look at his fingers.
Yeah, they're all black. And, like you can see, he's missing like the tips of his fingers.
Yeah. And that's what happens when your body has like a really, really bad reaction. And it's like trying to fight it as a result. This is why we have clinical trials and testing. In the UK, we don't use primates as often. It's very rare. We usually use rat models, use rabbits.
I didn't know we still tested on rabbits. That's really sad. As the mother of 2 rabbits, I can never imagine like little Mavis being.
They are really well looked after. Like they live a life of luxury. Like they get, so there are like legislation on it and that now. But depending on the animal, they have to have like a certain amount of room in their cage.
Yeah.
They have to get fed a certain amount of times a day. They have to be let out and go into like bigger like areas and that, so they can like actually run around in that for longer as well. So the only thing that's different to like you having Ghost and Mavis is the fact that they're just getting medicine put in them 4 times a day.
That's so sad though.
It is.
Like, I get why we do it to animals first and don't just stick it in the closest human. But, and it is sad for every animal. I'm not just saying like, just because I own 2 rabbits, I'm just sad for the rabbits. Like, I am sad for every animal. I don't feel like we should. I feel like there should be something else we can do. Obviously, our technology isn't as advanced as that. But no, it's just like a thing. Just I can't imagine it. It's like when people say like, "Oh, the lab rats." It's like, just don't. It's so sad.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find it.
Although now I am just like imagining my little rabbits in like lab coats and clipboards.
See, that's cute.
Just like that is cute.
And
I'm sure if like anyone does have rabbits, you know how much they like need feeding. Like, yeah, I'm sure they love the idea of being fed like 4 or 5 times a day, and treats and everything like that. That is a rabbit's dream. Yeah. Oh yeah, you also can't believe everything on the telly as well. Like, don't just sit down and watch a news channel and just believe everything that they say as well, because sometimes they do get it wrong, especially the people who do the weather. They are forever getting everything wrong.
Very true. That's a different kind of science. I don't know about that one.
We don't do them science. Neither do they. They just look up the sky and go, "Yeah, it's raining."
Honestly.
I mean, like rain today.
It's definitely interesting. And, you know, not everything is reliable as we want it to be.
Yeah, I think sometimes we read a headline, and whether it be real or fake, we want it to be real because it does sound amazing. Like, oh wow, cure for cancer, like, that's incredible.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, you need to do a lot more research and make sure that who has posted it is getting sources that are reliable and they are a verified person to be saying it. Like, you can't just have like Great Aunt Cynthia going on Wikipedia or whatever and just type in like, "Oh, there's a cure for this," because there's probably not.
No. And I think as well, it's hard for people. I mean, I know I do it myself. it's hard for people to actually sit and read a full article.
Yeah.
Like, I'll see a news headline and I'll tell someone, like, oh, look, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, I probably should read it and figure out if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, you read something, check it's an ad. But even sometimes I don't do that. So I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I will say it. But sometimes you just don't have the time to read a full article.
No.
You just see the headline. But obviously, I think it's really important to know as well, like, them headlines are made for you to remember them and to read them and to draw you in. Like, that's the whole purpose of them. They're gonna sound more dramatic. They're gonna sound more
exactly.
thingy.
Like, because if they just say clinical study proves that we are getting closer to a cure for cancer,
yeah,
then they're going to be like, oh yeah, that's really cool. But if the headline is just, we have found a cure for cancer, like, more people are going to engage with that.
Yeah.
And, like,
they're gonna want to know
talk
what it
about
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't always put the facts in the headline because people won't read it. They
No.
have to be, like, hidden.
Yeah, exactly. We have got to a point now where we believe more fake news than we believe true news.
Yes.
And I think it's actually quite scary. And I think, like you said, a lot of people would go on Facebook or they'd go on TikTok and they would search the news on there instead of looking at trusted sources.
Yeah, because I think every other video on TikTok is a different TikTok doctor telling you one thing and then another, and like they all do contradict each other. Never mind yourself sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think you all need to be careful. I'm like not just everyone listening, but like us, anyone.
Yeah.
We just need to be careful and make sure, like, to be vigilant and to read and do the research instead of just
100%.
Yeah.
But then as well, there's like the massive gap in research at the minute. Like, I just recorded, well, not just, but I have just done my episode for adenomyosis, and by the time this comes out, this is going to be so confusing to the audience saying that I've just done it.
Yeah.
It's the 10th of April, by the way.
Yeah.
Not like, sorry,
right.
not like the middle of May.
Yeah. We're recording these pretty early.
Yeah. I think this one is coming out the middle of May.
Oh, happy May to...
Happy May, guys!
Yeah, happy May to those who celebrate.
Yeah. Celebrate getting to May.
Little victories. Small victories, girl. Small victories.
100%.
Hey, Star Wars Day might have been then.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th.
Yeah. Happy May the 4th.
I was going to say May the 3rd, but that don't sound right. It's May the 4th, isn't it? Like May the 4th.
Yeah. May the 3rd be with you. The 3rd what? We don't know.
A lot of things are now AI.
Yes.
So you have to be careful.
Scary.
Yeah, it's so scary.
It's honestly.
Yeah.
AI is getting a lot better now.
Yeah.
If you've not noticed.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to like pick up on the differences sometimes.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know what to believe is real or fake, because even people that you follow on social media that you know are real people are being flagged as AI. But certain AI isn't being flagged as, like, it's being like presented as a real person. Yeah. So that's a difficult one as well.
Definitely very scary. I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see how AI evolves. So the BBC suggests that you should always read the story headline. Does it look like an advert? Does it look like a joke as well?
But sometimes you can't even tell if it is an advert.
No, not at first.
No.
So I think that's definitely a big one. Look at the author, who's actually wrote it, and what are they saying? So are they stating facts? Are they adding a lot of opinion? Usually with news articles, they might have a little bit of opinion at the end.
Yeah.
A little bit with their summary. But if they're telling you their opinion through everything, then you know it's
more than likely
fake. Yeah.
They're trying to sell you something.
Yeah, definitely. Use trusted and up-to-date sources as well, because even if something's been posted by a reliable source, if it was from 10 years ago,
Studies have probably changed.
yeah, situations are different, new
Yeah.
technology, we can do stuff a lot better. But yeah, and another thing that I put as well was it's easy for people to forget in the moment that people will lie to get views. Like we was talking about, like online, people would rather tell you something that's a lie and get more money than tell you real news and not make as much, which is really quite upsetting in a way, very frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any advice?
Yeah, I think we've been over it. Just read it. Like, if it seems too good to be true, then it probably is.
Yeah.
Make sure you fact check in.
Yeah.
Always check authors' dates. Are they verified? Do your own research. Don't just believe what other people tell you as well.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
It's
Very
amazing
much.
to have you again. I absolutely love having you on. Thank you everyone to listening to Rebloom. I was like, what have I just said?
Rebloom_podcast if you want to follow on Instagram.
Yes. And thank you for listening today. If you have found this episode helpful, please share it with someone who you think might benefit. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye.
Bye.